Hi everyone, my name is Trinity Powell and I will be giving my presentation on the demolition of Pruitt-Igoe in 1972. Before we get into the demolition, we must first begin with the factors that led to the creation of Pruitt-Igoe. President Truman signed the Housing Act of 1949 into law. This act was passed to address several matters related to urban renewal. The goal was to reduce housing costs and increase the quality of life. Another goal was to decrease the number of slums and blighted areas. The Housing Act of 1949 also provided federal funds for new housing construction in urban cities. In St. Louis, Missouri, funds from the Housing Act were used to construct two public housing complexes at the site of a former slum and tenement area. The names given for the complexes were the Captain W. O. Pruitt Homes, intended for Black residents, and William L. Igoe Apartments, intended for white residents. They were referred to as Pruitt-Igoe together, and they consisted of a total of 33 11-story modernist high-rise buildings and could house more than 10,000 residents when at full capacity. Construction was completed in 1956. During the time Pruitt-Igoe was completed, desegregation was at the forefront of the United States Supreme Court. The Brown v. Board of Education verdict had been reached in 1954, 2 years prior to the completion of Pruitt-Igoe, and schools were ordered to integrate because of this ruling. White residents of Pruitt-Igoe feared the ruling would lead to the integration of the complexes, and they left in mass numbers. This led to Pruitt-Igoe having a decrease in white residents and overall occupancy. There were also issues with the quality of construction in the buildings. Residents faced issues such as faulty plumbing and electricity, as well as a general lack of maintenance. These issues reduced occupancy further. Another issue Pruitt-Igoe faced was the increasing number of crimes, including vandalism, gang activity, and murder. Because of these growing issues, a decision was made to demolish the Pruitt-Igoe buildings. In 1972, the first of the buildings was demolished in a televised event. The final building was demolished in 1976. The demolition of the Pruitt-Igoe buildings is significant in American planning history. This event is seen as a failure when it comes to government-sponsored urban renewal. To conclude, when looking at the demolition of Pruitt-Igoe, we can see an example of some of the faults of urban renewal in the past. And viewing the factors that led to this historic demolition can help improve planning in the future. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for viewing. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.